Welcome.
Thank you.
Have a seat, please. Bahavia, right?
Yeah.
Great. I hope you found the place all right.
Yeah, it's not too far from my area actually, so it's convenient.
Okay. And I'm under the impression that you've already gone over confidentiality with my receptionist at the front desk.
Yeah, we did.
And do you have any questions about that?
No. Oh, it's all clear.
Okay, that's great. So let's start. How do I help you?
Well, basically I've been having this weird problem at work with my colleague. We've been close friends for about 3 years now, since I started working there. And recently I found out that she's been talking behind my back and saying a lot of things to my boss and like my other coworkers. And she's saying of how I've been like a bad worker and things like that. And I'm just like very shocked and upset because we are very close friends, or I thought we were, and we go out for drinks and we hang out, we talk all the time at work. And I thought we were pretty close, so like to find out that, she's saying these things about me really hurt.
So you're really hurt and upset because a really close friend of yours from work has been talking about you behind your back and saying things about you, and you're really upset about them. And I can totally understand why that happens. And you said that you've been good friends since. Could you tell me a little more about that?
Yeah, so we've been friends for about 3 years, and since I started working there, we became really close. So I guess for me to find out someone who's so close to me has said something like that, it's just really upsetting, and like I find myself being anxious at night because I can't sleep, and I want to talk to her about it, but I don't know how to approach the situation without making things uncomfortable at work, or like having this weird relationship where like, because I know what she's said about me, but I don't think she knows that I know. So I don't know, like I've been having bad dreams, and I'm like irritated at work, I'm distracted, and like, I don't know, I've just been really anxious lately, and I don't know how to approach the problem with her.
So this problem has really made you anxious, you've been having bad dreams, and you've been really irritated and upset, and you're confused about how you would want to approach this problem. You also mentioned that you think she's not aware of the fact that you know, but then you haven't really I am assuming that you haven't really spoken to her about that yet?
No, I haven't spoken to her about it yet because I don't know how to approach the situation with her without making things, weird or uncomfortable.
Yes, and I can definitely see why you would want that, like you wouldn't want things to go bad between you both. I can see that. So I'm wondering if from the time that you booked the appointment and to come in and talk about this issue, and between then and between today, has there been any change or anything that you noticed that happened that was different?
Well, actually, now that you mention it, I hadn't thought about this before, but it was actually a couple of days ago, and I hugged her because I was so used to our routine, because we always hug each other, and she had bought me coffee. Oh, yeah, that was because I hugged her because she had bought me coffee, and I didn't realize that until you just mentioned it. Yeah, she bought me coffee, and then I hugged her because I've been so used to do that before, and I didn't think twice about it. You mentioned that, I guess that was different.
So something different that actually happened, that she bought you coffee and you hugged her, and because you noticed that she did that for you, you hugged her.
Because also when I found out about this incident, I realized my behavior towards her has been changing, because we haven't, like I never hugged her anymore, she didn't buy me coffee. And we haven't talked as much. I've been kind of distant and keeping my distance from her, not talking to her at work as much because I don't know how to act normal when I know this stuff that she said about me. But yeah, I guess that instance was so different.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that would happen, that your behavior towards her would change, considering that you've been so upset about what she's been doing, and that there hasn't been so much closeness between the two of you anymore. I can totally understand that. And so you mentioned that she did something different, like she was the one who bought you coffee. So I'm just wondering if there was anything different that happened that day that she behaved differently. What could have possibly happened? Was there something that maybe you would have done differently?
Not that I can remember. I think maybe the day before that actually we might have had like a quick conversation, just as we were finishing work, because again we'd always talk right after work and everything. And you know, I had asked her like how her weekend was gonna be like and what she was up to and things like that. But it was still like very small talk, not as much as we used to talk before, I guess. But I guess maybe that's why she bought me coffee the next day. I don't know. I think that's something I can think of that's different.
So I'm hearing that that you did go up and speak to her about how she's been doing and about how things were with her.
Yeah.
And then she returned back with buying you coffee the next day. And how did you feel about that?
I felt good because it felt like everything was normal again. But you know, again, like I said, I hadn't really thought about it until you brought it up, because I still feel those feelings of like, you know, how could she say that stuff about me? And yeah, I guess, you know, I hadn't even thought about that until
And I can see why that would happen, because we get so used to everything going in a routine every day that we don't tend to notice something different that happens once in a while, right? So you mentioned earlier that the two of you used to be really close, and then her behavior towards you changed, and then your behavior towards her changed a little after you found out everything. So could you tell me a little more about that?
Well, I started noticing that she, you know, would also like not talk to me as much, because usually we would work on things together, or like she'd come to me for help, I would go to her for help. But ever since I found out about the whole incident, I noticed that she'd been making like, you know, like she would stare at me sometimes, or she'd just not talk to me as much. We wouldn't hug as much as I was saying. Like we didn't buy each other coffee. We haven't hung out for drinks in like a while now. And yeah, I feel like her changing her behavior also caused me to change mine, because now like I don't know how to react to it.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't talked to me about the problem, and I haven't talked to her about it either. So I feel like we're just going off each other, I guess.
Okay. So, okay. So you say that things between the two of you have been a little strained, because she's been acting differently earlier. She used to be really close to you, and she used to do little things for you. But then she's totally stopped doing that, and then you yourself have kind of stopped doing that as well, because you're wondering how you would want to approach this thing and talk about it to her, because both of you really haven't spoken to each other about it at all. Okay. And you mentioned that you've been really anxious about it, and that it's been affecting you. Could you tell me a little more about that, please?
Well, basically, just, you know, because I'm so worried about like how to approach the situation, because you know I want things to go back to normal. But I also don't understand why she would say something like that when I would never say something like that about her. And for her to go say to my boss, you know, and like to colleagues that we work with, like it puts my job in danger too, because what if they believed her? And that's why, like, I guess it's been hard for me to sleep at night, because I keep worrying about like what's gonna happen the next day, like how are we gonna act the next day, what are my colleagues gonna think of me, what's my boss gonna think of me if she can say something, you know? I mean, I know that it's not true, because I am a good worker, but for her to say these things about me, I'm just really hurt and confused, because I honestly don't know why she would say anything like that to me. And I want to talk to her about it, but I just don't know how, without making things uncomfortable.
So you're really anxious, and you're worried that that your boss is going to think a certain way about you, and maybe it's going to affect your position of the job, and what's going to happen the next day, and you're probably losing sleep over it. managed to continue working every day and you still go in? And have you noticed that there has been any difference in your work, in how you do your work?
Well, I have been more like irritated and distracted lately, and like, I mean, I do my work, but I also feel like I'm so distracted all the time because I'm like wondering, like, no, what is she up to? Like, is she gonna say something else about me? Or like, you know, we used to work on projects together, but now I'm doing them by myself, and it's more work on me, more stress on me, and it's just, I don't know, like, I just feel anxious at work too, and like, my boss hasn't said anything or anything, but like, you know, I don't know what he's thinking, or I don't know what my colleagues are thinking. So I guess it's just hard for me to really focus at work these days too.
Yeah, and I can see how that would be so difficult for you, and I can see why you would be so worried about that and stressed about the whole thing, that you've been doing everything on your own. But I must definitely commend you on managing everything. I must say that you've really been doing a great job at managing it, even though I can see why this is so difficult for you, but handling your work at the same time, still, you know, giving time to your friend and trying to figure out what the matter is, I must say that that's really great. So let me see if I have been able to understand everything that we've talked about so far, and do let me know if there is anything that I have missed, or if you feel the need to add anything, do please let me know.
Okay.
So you've come in with some anxiety related to your colleague at work who